Hello, I'm back, and this time I'm doing it all in a completely different way. So it's time to be talking about this. It's time to be talking about how I would book a Roman Reigns heel turn. I know it's something that's been done so many times, thought about so many times. Everybody doesn't give a damn about it anymore because it's just become a complete fantasy. But at the same time, even though you have fantasies, you just can't stop thinking about them in a certain way. But I have no idea why I'm pointing that out right now. However, what I am going to point out is how I would book a Roman Reigns heel turn. Just like this guy comes along and says, hey, I will WWE do it better. But I'm not saying WWE do it better because I did it the best, okay? I do it better than you, Adam. Okay, I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't really mean that because I can't do it better than you. So let me start saying something. Okay, so first of all, the first thing that I would do would be that Roman Reigns, see right there, look at him, check him out. Okay. Roman Reigns would not be involved in a match against Triple H at WrestleMania. Okay, that's going to change completely. What's going to happen is that the Royal Rumble would just play out as the way it did, but however, towards the very end, it won't be Triple H being the one who will eliminate Roman Reigns, but it would be Dean Ambrose be the one that eliminates Roman Reigns. Then Triple H and Dean Ambrose are the final superstars within the match. However, Triple H is the one who picks up the victory and is still champion. It becomes champion. So after that happens, then you have a situation where you have Triple H as the champion, but you have this triple threat match between Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. You have that match at WWE Fastlane. However, during that match, it is not Dean Ambrose that is the one who connects those steel chair shots towards the very end of the match, but it's actually Roman Reigns that connects those steel shots on Brock Lesnar. Now, Dean Ambrose is somehow able to pick up the victory by connecting a dirty deed on Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns is pissed off at what happened, but on the next night of Raw, he has to forget about it because he gets attacked by Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar issues a challenge. Brock Lesnar issues a challenge that he wants to fight Roman Reigns one-on-one. And guess what happens? That is what happened at WrestleMania. So you have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and then you have Dean Ambrose versus Triple H closing the show at WrestleMania. Now, everybody's thinking to themselves, why would WWE do this? Because Roman Reigns is possibly the next in line to replace this guy right here, Mr. Fruity Pebble. But Roman Reigns is like not in the main event. However, he is still in a very important and integral match because there are three big matches that always take place at WrestleMania. They are going to be Dean Ambrose versus Triple H, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose versus Triple H, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and then you also have Shane McMahon versus Triple H. You go with it as Shane McMahon versus The Undertaker. Now, during the final match involving Triple H and Dean Ambrose, the interesting thing that happens in the lead up towards WrestleMania, you have these segments between Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in the backstage, and during these segments, you see the suspicions growing because on the final Raw before WrestleMania, the Authority put Dean Ambrose in a match against the entire League of Nations, which was possibly the only group at the time who was with the Authority. So you put that entire group against Dean Ambrose in an elimination match in order to tire out Dean Ambrose before WrestleMania. However, Dean Ambrose defies the odds and is able to win that match. And at the same time, he's also able to deliver a dirty deeds to Triple H, so he has the great moment of the night. But Brock Lesnar is the one who delivers many F5s on Roman Reigns in a segment before that, where Brock Lesnar kind of just destroys Roman Reigns. Now, after this, you have this thing that plays out, which will only be shown after at the after Raw thing that happened. You have this backstage segment between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns where both of them are talking about their match, and Dean Ambrose is like, I'm gonna be going to WrestleMania and I'm gonna be beating Triple H, brother. And that's how he usually says it. I don't know if that was the right imitation. And then Roman Reigns is like, where were you? Where were you during my match? And then Triple H, and then Dean Ambrose is like, listen, where were you when I was getting beaten up by Brock Lesnar? And Dean Ambrose is like, brother, where were you when I was getting when I was up against all four members of the League of Nations. Come on, man. We don't have to be fighting amongst ourselves. We have to be thinking about WrestleMania, and both of us are going to come out as winners, brother. And then Roman Reigns is like, yeah, that's right, that's right. So what happens is that the big dog is going to win. Yeah, well, the lunatic is going to win as well. And then that's what both of them say. So you can see the suspicion building as to what happened, and both of them feeling very sad or distraught. We're having some suspicions with one another as to why Roman Reigns never got any help from Dean Ambrose, and why Dean Ambrose never got any help from Roman Reigns. So during WrestleMania, you have the final match, and then this guy comes from the crowd under a mask towards the very end of the match and spears Dean Ambrose. Everybody's shocked. Who's this guy? Who's the guy who speared Dean Ambrose? And then he takes off his mask, and then you realize it's Roman Reigns. Get it. Roman Reigns. Okay, so that was funny. I don't know if it was. I'm not sure. But Roman Reigns is like, he holds up the microphone and he just drops it and then he leaves. But everybody's shocked because Roman Reigns just speared his brother Dean Ambrose. He cost him the main event at WrestleMania. And everybody at that moment is booing Roman Reigns. They're just booing the living hell out of Roman Reigns. Okay, so what happens is that Triple H is about to take advantage of this until Shane McMahon also ascends, and he doesn't ascend from the crowd, but he ascends from under the ring, and then when he enters the ring, he uses a trash can in order to attack the back of Triple H, and then when Triple H is about to use a sledgehammer on Dean Ambrose. Now, Shane McMahon puts Triple H in the back. He puts Triple H in the back, he puts Triple H in the corner, and then he connects to coast on Triple H. So Triple H is down. Dean Ambrose is down. Both of them are kind of evened out. It's anybody's ballgame at the moment, and the crowd chants this is awesome. Now Shane McMahon whispers something in Triple H's ear. He says that, look, I lost. Son, I have nothing to lose. And then he just leaves the ring. So the seeds have been planted for a Shane McMahon versus Triple H match at WrestleMania 33. So everybody's thinking to themselves, what to do now? What to do now? What to do now? And I'm thinking to myself, how will this pave out? Now, you have a solid 2-3 minutes or more of the Dean Ambrose and Triple H, where Dean Ambrose would be like, ah, boo, rah, boo. You know, the punches and the crowd would be like, ha, boo, rah, boo, yay, boo, yay, boo. Okay, so afterwards, you have Dean Ambrose beat Triple H, and Dean Ambrose beats Triple H in a very, very, very interesting way. He just connects the dirty deeds. He connects it after but he's about to connect the dirty deeds. Triple H pulls him to the ropes, and then he comes forward, and then Triple H connects the spine buster on Dean Ambrose. When he connects the spine buster, he's about to just gloat and look for the final pedigree of the night. But when he's about to connect that pedigree, Dean Ambrose uses a sledgehammer, which Triple H dropped when he was taunting Dean Ambrose. And then when Dean Ambrose uses that sledgehammer when he's in the pedigree position, he uses the sledgehammer in order to low blow Triple H, and then he connects the dirty deeds on Triple H. He pins Triple H, and he wins, and he taunts him with a crotch chop. So Dean Ambrose has his WrestleMania moment closing a WrestleMania, and everybody's going to be like, even the WWE people's like, Dean Ambrose having a moment closing WrestleMania? What are you, nuts? And all I'm thinking to myself is, let me enjoy my fantasy right now, okay? But at the same point, this is all in line for a heel turn. So how would I produce the heel turn? Now, here's how it's going to go. On the next night, you have Triple H come to the ring on the post-WrestleMania Raw, and Triple H delivers this awesome segment where he cuts a promo on Shane McMahon, and he says that when you were involved in the corporate factions of this, when you were involved in the corporate world of this company, when you wanted to control this company, everything that you were dealing on with The Undertaker, with Triple H, with The Undertaker and Vince, that was all business. But you see, when you mess in my main event for WrestleMania, it ain't business on my end. It's personal. And that's what Triple H says. Or with my wife, or with my, whatever you did with my wife, or whatever you were involved with my father-in-law, That was business. But with me, it's personal, Shane. And then Triple H is like, okay, so let's fight it out. So Triple H is like, Shane, you haven't heard the last of me, because the minute you step back into this ring, the minute you ever come back, you're inducted into Hall of Fame, you do whatever you think that you can do, you come back for a little minor segment, I will always be in the backstage or somewhere lurking around that specific arena with a sledgehammer in my hand, ready to enter that ring and beat the living hell out of you. You lost at WrestleMania, you couldn't control the game, and now you're trying to mess with that game? And then Triple H is going to say a bad word. Ooh, not going to say poopy. Okay, he's going to say bitch. And then he's going to be like, bitch, I am the game. And then Triple H finishes the segment. Then Dean Ambrose comes out and he interrupts him and says that you lost last night, brother, and now you're not gonna be the one who's gonna be champion. I had my moment last night because became the WWE champion. Okay, I have no idea why he said champion in that segment. Okay, so Dean Ambrose is like, I have a match against you. And then Triple H is like, how about it? And then Dean Ambrose and Triple H compete in a rematch that Triple H invokes his rematch clause for the title at WrestleMania, on the post-WrestleMania Raw. And then you have a match as the main event between Triple H and Dean Ambrose. However, Triple H introduces a little twist to the tale. He says that Roman Reigns is going to be the special guest referee for the match. And then Dean Ambrose is like, I don't care. I've been defined as bad as the odds have ever been for a very, very long time, and I'll make sure that I keep on going on with that, brother. And then you have the match involving Triple H and Dean Ambrose, but Dean Ambrose is the one who beats Triple H again. Roman Reigns calls it fair to the middle, and everybody's shocked at why Roman Reigns is calling it down fair to the middle. But after the match is over, Roman Reigns is raising Dean Ambrose's hand, but at the same time he's clapping. But then again, when Dean Ambrose turns his eyes in order to gloat, he spears Dean Ambrose. When Roman Reigns spears Dean Ambrose, everybody's shocked that, oh my God, Roman Reigns has just speared Dean Ambrose. My God, what the hell's gonna happen now? And then Triple H knows that he's injured. He's kind of injured. He's acting out or playing out an injury, a kayfabe injury according to storyline. And then Triple H is like, restart this match. But I'm not the one going up against you, Dean. Roman Reigns is the one going up against you. So you restart the match, and then Roman Reigns delivers 2 or 3 spears to Dean Ambrose, and then Roman Reigns is the one who pins Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns becomes the WWE World Champion. You deliver a huge twist on the post-WrestleMania Raw by changing the title. The title changes hands, and Roman Reigns stands in the middle of the ring, shakes Triple H's hand, and the anti-establishment and the establishment become one. And then Stephanie McMahon comes into the ring. The League of Nations come into the ring. Everybody's celebrating while Dean Ambrose is down and out. And then you have the next Raw after WrestleMania. And then you have the next Raw after this Raw. And on next week's Raw, you have Roman Reigns come out and say, well, you didn't want me to talk so long whenever I said something, whenever I stood up for you, whenever I held that microphone. Each and every single thing that was going through your mind was that you didn't want me to speak. You booed me. You didn't want me to stand up for you. You never wanted me. And the crowd chants, yes, yes, yes. And now you want me to explain something? Now you want me to actually use this microphone in order to explain my actions after the fact that you never wanted me to use this microphone? And then Roman Reigns is like, bubba-da, bubba-da, bubba-da. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. But I can be sure as hell that I am the guy. And then everybody's just booing Roman Reigns, and that's his segment for the night. And the heel turn is complete. Okay, like, subscribe, and comment to my channel because you have to, okay? And if you don't give a damn, I don't give a damn. So move on. But please do. Okay, please do. Please. Pretty please. Please.